here's the deal, is that, we're in an industry that you probably don't, or you probably weren't raised in a family that made their money through network marketing, the multi-level marketing, MLM industry, whatever you want to call it. Again, I don't care what you call it. And so it's not a natural thing. Most people don't grow up and say, hey, I want to be a network marketer, pick me. And my kids, my three boys, they're all, right around 30 years old now. But they were all taught in school. They were taught in school that network marketing was a scam. Think about that. If you grow up with your teachers, your peer group, one of your major peer groups, telling you that it was a scam, are you really going to think about going into the industry? That's the challenge that we face with people. So they're when you're talking to somebody, remember, chances are somewhere along the line, they were told that it's not a real business, it's a scam, it's a pyramid, all those different things. And that's what we're facing. So right away, you want to address those things, because here's what I've found, is that if you're the one that brings it up, if you're the one that addresses it, then you own it. And what I mean by that is that, so if I'm talking to Rennie or Katie or anyone, the other ones of you, and I say, hey, what have you heard negative about the network marketing industry? If I say it that way, then I own the question. So now if you bring it up and you say, oh, my brother Bobby was in it and he lost, money doing it. If he says that later, now he owns the and it's a negative. Where if you bring it up ahead of time and you address that and you say, yeah, some businesses are that way. Some people teach people how to do it wrong. I know at least one of the people that's on the call tonight. She was in another company, and her leaders taught her to do just that: spend lots and lots of money. Every dime that she made, put it back into the business. And by the time she finally got out, she had lost a lot of money in that business. And so
who's that, Kurt?
Huh?
Are you talking about Rennie?
Am I talking about Rennie? No,
Yeah.
No, there's somebody else that's on the call that I know that's happened to. I won't mention names because I don't know if they want me to talk about it. But you've heard it too, where they teach you, they say, spend money, do this, it's all a show, and they teach you to go out and buy the brand new Porsche or the Mercedes and make it look like you're making lots of money. And by the time you're done, you're actually lost money. Yeah, Roz, it was you. I didn't know if you wanted me to mention your name, so I try and keep it on the down low on that. But yeah, it's interesting. So I don't do that. What I try and teach people is that it's real. You got to decide for yourself that you want to make this the business. That's the first step, right? If you're getting into it and you're just saying, hey, I want to try a few products, I want to use the shampoo, I want to use the toothpaste, I want to lose some weight. And then what I'm going to talk about for the first 15 minutes here isn't for you, right? If you're coming into this thing and you've got some health issues and that's your main focus, and if that's your main focus, then this isn't the call for you. This first 15 minutes isn't for you. And I just like to say that because, I don't want people thinking that, oh, the only way that you can get Sizzle products is to try and start a business. No, you can be a distributor and buy products. Mm-hmm. Get the 10% discount. Oh my God. Don't we have thousands of people? That's all they do, right? Right, Katie?
Yeah, that's right. So people can join Sizzle if they just want to use the products, become a regular product user and get a really good discount, because becoming a distributor actually offers you lots of benefits, including shipping rebates, rebates on your product. So you get these coupons back that you can spend back on product. So it's a great incentive for, somebody who's really wanting to get the best out of the program.
That's exactly it. So I'm just trying to be, straightforward with people. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. I mean, I remember when I first got approached to join the industry, I just started my business, my clinic. I had two children under the age of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I had just gotten married, 3 years before that, and I was way in debt because I just started this business. And I was laser focused. And when my friend, when Brian approached me about getting into the industry, I told him, I said, not now. I said, I just don't have time. And I was being honest. And and I look back and I tell people, I say, I wish I would have looked at it a little bit closer then.
Well, yeah.
But would I have done it? Probably not, because I really didn't have time. And I probably would have been one of those people that would have failed, and it would have left a bad taste in my mouth. And so probably the best thing that happened to me is that I didn't get involved.
Right.
I didn't get involved.
At that time.
So let me talk about those people now that want to get into this thing and they want to make a little bit of extra money. And I say a little bit, sometimes $1,000 is enough that it can move you into a new neighborhood. It can get you into a better zip code. And it can get you a new car. It can take that vacation that you want to take your family on for years, all those different things, right? But let's just say, I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you a way that maybe you can generate a little bit of income, and that. So, Rennie, are you back?
I am back.
Okay, I'll turn your camera back on. I had to turn it off because you were distracting everyone.
I'm sorry. I do apologize.
That's all right. Okay, you're able to start your video now when you want. Okay, so here's the deal on it, is that when you come into this, you got to come into it with a realistic mind. It's a business, okay? So there are going to be some startup costs. In the case of Sizzle, if you want to get this started as a business, don't be a minimizer. Don't be a minimizer. That's the guy that says, well, can I get started for $50? Can I get started for $100? And no, it's going to cost you, depending on what part of the world you live in, right? And I say it that way because we have these wealth builder packs, and you start with a wealth builder pack. It opens up all the levels of compensation, every single one of them. There's nothing that you're not leaving any money on the table. You only have to do that once. It's going to cost you, let's just say, with taxes and shipping and anything, anywhere around the world, Katie, it's under $500 in Australia, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say it's $500, right? And it's going to be less than that, depending on where you're at. Rennie, it's less than $500 to buy the Wealth Builder Pack in Canada, right?
Yeah. It would be no more than that anyway with the exchange. Absolutely. Small price to pay for a business.
So with the exchange, everything like that. So let's just say you got $500 into starting a business that can pay you for some pretty good money. But right now we're going to talk about how can it pay you around $1,000 a month. So then what you want to do is, then when you get started, now you've got some products. You can use them yourself. You can share them with friends. You can use them for displays, whatever you want to do with them. But you're going to want to use the products because they are going to make you healthier. They are good products. I'm going to tell you that. I've been in the health industry now for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time, almost 35 years, and I've never seen products of this high a quality and with this kind of effectiveness. I mean, they really honestly work that good. I would put my name on any single one of them. Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And you want to use the products. So you're not going to throw them away. They're not going to sit in your garage. You're not going to be in that business where they say, oh, buy $500 worth of products a month and just put them in your closet. Don't worry about it. Just spend $500 a month and get everybody else. No, that's not what we're talking about. These are products. I mean, I buy my products. I buy more than $500 a month of product because I use them. I share them with my mom and dad. I share them with my kids. My dogs use these products, and I don't use them on my dogs because I have extra products. I use them on my dog because it keeps my dogs healthy.
Yeah.
I've got a 14-year-old black lab that we went for a walk this afternoon, a 3-mile walk. It's, freezing outside. And one of the neighbors stopped and said, "Holy cow, your dog just keeps going." I said, "He does."
Yeah.
And we went for a 3-mile walk. These products work. So we're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about, but so you have a monthly overhead now. So you have a startup cost of around $500, and then you have a monthly cost. You're going to want to be on the products. So you buy your favorite products. You want to buy some products that you can share with other people, to give them out as samples and things like that. And we've got some great products that you can sample with other people. And so each month you're going to spend roughly, I'm going to say $350 to $500 a month, depending on what products you buy, with shipping and taxes and everything like that, with the exchange. And that's your monthly overhead. So $500 to get started, $500 monthly overhead. Okay. You're not going to store these products in the closet. I can promise you that. You're going to want to be taking them. And what you're going to do is you go look for 3 people who understand the idea that there's some overhead to get started and there's some overhead each month to start their business. And you go out and you find 3 people that understand that. Now, you might be thinking, well, I know, Harry and Johnny and Sue and yeah, they'll get it. Here's the thing that I try and teach people. It's not the first 3 people that you think of. It's not the first 3 people that you know. It's not going to be the guy who has a serious health problem and gets over it and then says, "Oh, I want to be in this business." I mean, I always tell people, I went to a place yesterday. I had a great chicken lunch. It was barbecued smoked chicken. Oh, it was to die for. And I like the ambiance. It's a nice place. It's new. I would never think about opening one. Never, ever. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't start a franchise. I wouldn't do it. And that's the same thing when you say, "Oh, I know somebody that needs the products." They'll get into the business. No, they need the products. They might get into business later, but they need the products. So talk to them about product. And then later on, when the products are working, you might mention and you say, "Hey, did you know there's a business behind this as well?" But the 2 things don't really go together, because if I'm so busy thinking about how I'm going to fix my health, the last thing I'm going to think about is how do I build a business? And so you go and you find 3 people who got a mindset that they want to go out and build a business, because that's the first thing with starting a business, is that you want to start a business, right? That's the first thing. Then you find the business that fits what you're doing. I mean, some people might say, "Oh, I don't want to get into the healthcare stuff. I don't want to get into all of that. I'd rather be into, car parts or whatever it happens to be." And so they want to find a network marketing company that deals with car parts. I don't know if there is one, but you know what I'm saying? This is a health related field. So you want to find people who want to start a business, and this makes sense to them. You find 3. And I'll show you how to build a business on 3. So you find 3, and then the goal is that you're going to teach them the exact same thing, that they're going to go out and find 3. And then you're going to teach those 9. So 3 who find 3 is 9. And you're going to teach those 9 how to find 3. Guess what just happened? You just created a leveraged income, because the 3 people that you brought in that you helped them bring in 3 people that they know. I leveraged them. I leveraged Katie. I leveraged Rennie to go out and find 3 people that they know, people that I didn't know before. So I'm leveraging them. Then I teach them that they're going to spend this, $300 to $500 a month every single month. That pays me an income. Okay. It pays me an income. I get paid 7% on that. And without even counting any bonuses, anything like that. If I've gone out on 3, I've leveraged them to find 3 each. And now I've helped them leverage their 9 people to find 3 each. That's another 27. So I got 39 people. Guess what? Now I'm getting a residual income of around $1,000 a month. I'm telling you, that's how easy it is. This is so easy when you think about it. And you know, and people might say, well, that's a Ponzi scheme. That's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. Here's why, because you're getting a legitimate product. You're getting a product that works. You're getting a product that you're not gonna, I mean, if you look at my closet, the products that I have in my closet will be gone next month.
Yeah.
They'll be gone next month. I'll be replacing them. One of my friends called me up to say, oh, do you have some of this? I looked in my closet and I said, yes, I do, but I'm not going to give it to you because it's my product. And I said, but I'll order you some.
Yeah.
Right? Because I use the product. I won't even give them up. I won't even give them up. Now, I do give them up to my parents and to my dogs. I mean, if I'm short of age pill and I know that I'm going to run out, but I have to give them to my 14-year-old dog, he gets them first.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just the way I am. And my parents too. They'll get my products before I get my products. And and maybe my kids too. I'd have to think about it. But my dogs and my parents for sure. And there's a couple friends in there that I might do it too. I might share it with them before. But no, I use the product. So think about that. I just showed you how an easy way of finding 3 people who want to start a business. They want to get into the anti-aging, the weight loss, the personal care line, the skincare, whatever. They want to get into this industry, and they want to start a business that they can work from home. You find 3, they find 3, who find 3. All of a sudden, you're making that. So now you teach them to do the same thing. So if Katie and Rennie and one other person, if I've taught them how to make $1,000 a month, guess what? Now that just went another level deeper.
Mhm.
And now they go out and they help, those people go out and do the exact same thing. My business just got paid another level deeper and they get paid. So all of a sudden now we're leveraging and we're leveraging and we're leveraging throughout the group. And pretty soon what we have is we're getting paid on all 7 levels.
Mhm.
And you get paid 7% on 7 levels. And that's the beauty of this industry. And it pays you every single month. I've never been late on my paycheck. And yeah, I love it. Katie, what do you think?
Great. It's a fantastic business, Kurt. I mean, as you said, the products are so great. You give them to your dog, you give them to your family, your friends, and, we love the products. We know they work. You said you'll put your name on all the products. So we've got the great products, and then we've got a great compensation plan to go with it. So really, there's no reason that anyone wouldn't want to work towards, getting that $1,000 a month, because the 1,000 can be life-changing. I mean, that nearly covers my mortgage. So, that's incredible. And, it's not pie in the sky stuff. We're not saying go out and make, $1 million. We're saying, bite-sized chunks.
That's right. Rennie, what's your thoughts?
Exactly what you and Katie said. I concur on all those points. And I think people have to realize too that, as you say, it's not going to be your first 3. If you were to open a conventional business, the day you open your doors, you aren't at that place yet of raking in the money, are you? It takes time. And it doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay, but it's still a business and everything's a write-off.
That's right. When I opened my clinic, I had hundreds of thousands of dollars wrapped into it. My first day, I opened the doors and I had 1 new patient, and his name was Gordon. I remember it to this day because it always sticks in the back of my mind. Gordon came in, I treated him. I'm thinking, yay, my first patient in my new clinic, over 30 years ago. And I said, well, and when he got done, I said, here's what the cost is. He wrote me a check, and guess what? The check was bad.
Yeah.
My first day of business, I lost money. Okay.
All right. We're going to hand over to me now. So
I'm handing it over to you. And so now what are we going to talk about?
Okay, we're going to talk about a little bit about gut health today. I've got some really cool slides here that'll kind of get people interested. And I want to touch on the products, and we're going to just touch a little bit on weight loss. So I'm going to try and get this into 10 minutes. So here we go. You just share here. All right. All right, so we wanted to talk about, is that you, Penny? I'm going to mute you. Okay, so we wanted to talk about gut health today. I want to talk a little bit about constipation, overall gut health, and weight loss, because they're all related. So constipation is a big one for people. So if you're on the call, you might have experienced this before in your life, or you may know someone who has problems with it. So going to the toilet can be an issue for many people, not emptying their bowel. They get a backlog of waste matter. They might be skipping days going to the toilet. Only 5% of Americans eat enough fiber in their diet. And so we need 25 grams of fiber for women and 38 grams for men. So there's a big fiber gap in our diet. This is the US stats, and I would imagine that Australia is going to be somewhat similar. So people are, busy avoiding carbohydrates, but complex carbohydrates, so your brown rice, your whole grains, they provide good sources of fiber in the diet, and, fruits and vegetables. So I like to put this in because this is quite shocking for people. And, people don't really talk about this topic much. They find it kind of embarrassing. But there is a stool chart called the Bristol stool chart. And you can jump on Google and Google it, and it tells you what your bowel movements should actually look like. And you want to get to a type 3 or 4 every day. So if your gut, every day you're doing a 3 or 4, then your gut's on track. Your digestion's going to be working a lot better. If you're down at 5, 6, 7, or 1 or 2, you're off balance. So you're out of balance. So we want to come into balance. I threw this picture in here too, because this is an X-ray showing somebody that they're constipated, and sharing a personal story here. When I got sick quite a few years ago, 10 years ago now, and I went and saw the gastroenterologist, he actually took an X-ray of me, and he said, yeah, you're constipated. And it was, look, this is not my picture, by the way, but you can see from an X-ray. So you'd be surprised at how much, backlog of waste matter that a person can hold. So this is really, really, really important. We need to be addressing this issue and constantly revisiting it, especially if it's a problem for yourself or people. This little picture here shows you that you've got these little cells in your gut lining. And when these junctions become loose, you get what's called leaky gut. So you get little particles of food passing into the bloodstream, and it causes immune reactions in the body. And so we want to have these junctions nice and tight and closed, and we want to have our gut lining nice and healthy. And we're going to talk about some products that are going to support you in this endeavor. They say your gut is your second brain. So if your gut's out of balance, then you're probably not going to be feeling that good. You're not going to feel in a good mood. You're not going to feel happy. So we really want as much happy hormones as we can get. We want to be as happy as we can. So we want to be thinking about how our gut is doing. And so hopefully this is a little reminder for people listening to this call, hearing this information, that you can get back on track. And here are some of the things that you can do. So I like to give, lifestyle things that we can do, and then I'll bring in just a little bit about the products at the end. So you want to be eating a rich, fiber-rich food. So we talked about the vegetables and fruits, legumes, nuts and seeds. They've all got lots of fiber. You want to drink plenty of water. So you want to be getting that water in 2 liters a day. Avoid foods that irritate. So a lot of people are dairy intolerant or they're gluten intolerant. High percentage of people. And so if you're having dairy and you're not digesting it and you're going to the toilet and getting diarrhea, your body can't break that down. And if you keep doing that, that's probably going to result in some sort of disease later on. So you want to get that on track. You want to avoid the foods that contribute to too much constipation. So if you eat lots of processed foods or animal product, lots and lots of them, and you're out of balance with the other types of foods, you're going to get blocked up there. So the other ingredient you can use is a fulvic acid to help repair leaky gut, which I'll touch on. And you want to remove that mucoid plaque from your bowel and get rid of that backlog of waste matter. So there are natural supplements you can take that can support all this and help to fight inflammation. And you definitely want to be taking a pre and probiotic, and that's referred to as a symbiotic. So these are some of the things you can do to help your gut health. So we've got a fiber. I'll skip over that one. All right. So we've got a product here, and it's in the weight loss pack. So we talked about the weight loss pack last week, and I'm going to touch on it just briefly here at the end. So we've got the Super Detox. This is a fantastic product. This is a 4-day cleanse, and it helps to get rid of that backlog of waste matter. It helps to remove that mucoid plaque. So we get this kind of plaque. It's sort of like a mucus that lines the digestive tract that blocks nutrients going in. And so we want to get rid of that. And we just want to get things moving. So the Super Detox is a fantastic product. You can do that once every few months, and it's just going to help get things going. Now, that's part of our weight loss pack, which we have on special this month. It's a 4-day program. The writing on the bottle is quite small, so you probably need to take a photo and enlarge it so you can read it. We also have it in our fact sheet in our Sizzle app. So if you haven't installed the Sizzle app and you're on the call and you've got a Sizzle account, you can just go to the App Store and install the Sizzle app. And you use the same login details as you do for your Sizzle account. And you can get all these great fact sheets at the touch of a finger. So here it just goes through the program and how many tablets you should take. And of course, you decrease or increase based on how you're responding. If you take this and it doesn't do much, then you have to consider, are you actually, quite constipated? So it really should get you moving. If this is not getting you moving, you need to look at that carefully. So products that support, so we've got the Fucoidan is a great product. It supports the gut lining. It supports the body's fight in inflammation. It's called mother's milk in China. Did you know that? And that is because it's a powerful support for the immune system. It contains Fucoidan U, F, and G in there. Fucoidan's made from the brown seaweed. We actually get it from Tonga, and it goes through, process to make sure all the contaminants are removed. And it's just a fantastic product for immune support and overall health. So there's lots of information on Fucoidan, and you can go and look up that ingredient, which is spelled differently, Fucoidan, and you'll find lots of information on that. We've got another great product here. So we've got the Body Shield. So I talked about the leaky gut, and I showed you that little picture. So fulvic acid really helps to support the lining in the gut and helps with those cell junctions. So it helps to tighten them up. And also fulvic acid is really great at supporting the body to detox from potentially heavy metals and other toxins in the body. And it's a fantastic antioxidant as well. So really potent product. And you just take 2 of those tablets a day for overall immune and gut health, thyroid health. And then we've got the Balance D, which I absolutely love. So this is a pre and probiotic. You've got lots of different ingredients in there that go to work. As well as the pre and probiotic, we've got a starch-resistant fiber in there that helps to move waste along as well, because we're adding a little bit of fiber in the diet. We've also got some vitamin D in there as well, which is great because a lot of people are vitamin D deficient. And if you're on the call today or you're listening to the recording, this is a reminder. If you haven't already done it, go get your vitamin D levels checked by your doctor. You want to make sure your D levels are in the optimum range. All right, and that brings me to the last slide. Here is the pack. So in the pack, we've got this on special this month. You've got the Balance D in there, which we've talked about, and the Super Detox. So this is a great pack just to get you going also with your gut, because you've got 2 of the key products which we've touched on. And when we think about weight loss, it's really difficult to lose weight if you're really backed up. If you've got a backlog of waste matter, if you're constipated, it's going to be harder to lose weight. We also want to get rid of all of that. So this is a great pack. You've got those 2 products. You've also got the Sizzle Lean in there, which is a fantastic product. This is a meal replacement. It's got full of vitamins and minerals. It tastes fantastic. It really is quite delicious. It's only got 100 calories. So if you were to replace 1 meal a day with that shake and not overeat and continue to eat normally with the other 2 meals, you would actually lose weight. So why is that so? Because you're actually reducing your calorie intake. So you're having less calories than you're burning. And if you eat less calories than you're actually burning off in a day, that's when you can actually start to lose that body fat. We've got 2 other great products in this pack, the Sizzle Thin and the Sizzle Sport. So Sizzle Thin is great for helping the body to get into ketosis and to help the body burn that fat, that excess fat, and helps curb the appetite. And then the Sizzle Sport is a great product there for energy and concentration. And Kurt, I hope you're still on the call. I just want to get you to chime in here at the end and share your testimonial, because you're doing really great with your weight loss, and you were sharing with me how happy you were about that this morning.
I'm still here.
Okay. Do you want to share a little bit just about your weight loss experience and how these products are helping you with your weight management and weight loss?
Yeah, no problem. Hey, I'll tell you, I'm looking at this slide that you have up here, and I'd never used the calipers before to determine my body fat.
Uh-huh.
And I'd used the calculations. You jump on the scale and you compare your height to your weight and that. And I've done the electronic body fat analysis, and when I used the caliper, yeah, I came up at 34% body fat.
Oh,
So I
wow.
wonder, where was I a year ago? Where, or not, a year ago? Because that's when I really I lost almost 50 pounds last year. So how much body fat did I have last year? So this year my goal is I want to lose you know 40, 45, right in that range. And so I'm losing almost as much this year. But the nice thing is that I'm not starting from scratch. I actually learned how to lose weight last year, and now I'm just reapplying it. But you just you I guess in my opinion, what I was doing last year was learning, and now this year I'm applying it. But Katie, I started out at 34% at the beginning of the month, and I really didn't get started till around the 10th, which was not quite 2 weeks ago, and I've lost 11 pounds.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Well
which
done.
with yeah, 11 pounds, and I feel really good. I mean, the nice thing about it is like I was telling a friend of mine last night, I have more energy. I don't feel like I'm dieting. That's the key thing, is that if you feel like you're starving yourself, there's a lot of psychology that's involved with this. Is that if you feel like you're starving yourself, you're not going to keep the weight off.
That's
If
true.
you feel if you're on some crazy whacked out diet that's just totally abnormal, it's not going to work. It's not going to work long term. You're going to end up gaining that weight back. So you got to look at what you eat normally, and make your diet work with the types of foods that you like. And then I've learned how to substitute things. If I want something sweet, if I feel like I need some ice cream, for example, um, I have some frozen yogurt in the fridge, in the
Right.
freezer, you know, and I'll throw some fresh fruit in that. And I've got low sugar Greek yogurt. So it's not adding a lot of extra calories. It's not adding a lot of extra sugars into my diet.
Okay.
And then I think the key is that, a balance. You want to have a balanced diet. I mean, keto, I like keto, but I think a lot of people are mistaken with keto. They think that keto is a bacon and meat fat diet. That's one of my friends was telling me, and she was telling me, she said, "Oh, that's that diet where you eat lots of bacon and you got to eat meat all the time." I said, "No, that's an Atkins diet.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. This isn't that." Oh no, that's what it is. I said, no, that's not what it is. Anyhow, so it's a balanced diet, and it's eating like, I know you're pretty much a vegan, and so you have to learn how to eat for your lifestyle, but yeah, it's fantastic. So
Good.
by midsummer, I have it set by the end of July. I'll be at my goal weight for the year.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I guess we'll leave it there. I didn't want to go over time. We're on the 35. We've gone 5 minutes over. So we'll try and keep to the half hour and let everyone get on with their weekends. And we really appreciate you being on the call, and hope you'll get on next week for some more interesting, inspiring, and motivating information. And we'll see you then.
Katie, Rennie, thanks for being on the call.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the invite.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.